Hey everybody, welcome back to Caleb. Welcome back to Caleb. Hey everybody, it's That Samoan Guy once again. We're here to talk about Mission Impossible 5? 6? This one. I actually went and saw it last night, and now I'm here talking with you guys about it, but I'm already forgetting a lot about it. Here's the question you need to ask yourself. Have you seen any of the other Mission Impossible movies? Okay, then you've already seen this movie. It doesn't do anything particularly different or outstanding that makes it contrast to the other Mission Impossible films.
Hang a multi-million-dollar star on the outside of an aeroplane and fly around in the normal world. But Tom wanted to be on the outside of that plane.
I couldn't sleep the night before, and then came the day. I was like, okay, this is really gonna happen.
You ready?
Let's go.
I kind of thought that was a one take, but he did it 8 times.
Ready, on, action! I'm feeling the force of the wind hit me. I'm actually scared of this.
Okay, well, plot-wise, it doesn't really do anything different. The plot is Tom Cruise plays Ethan Hunt, spy stuff, doing spy stuff with spy people. It really is just kind of pretty much what you expect. Mission Impossible has always been kind of one of the quintessential examples of what you expect out of a spy movie. That and like James Bond. It was actually a little sillier than I thought it would be. There were a lot of moments where they kind of just expect you to accept what's going on without a whole lot of justification. As just like an example, without spoiling anything, Ethan is given a tip that he's to meet up with someone important in Morocco. So, you know, they do the thing of like, you know, showing a car driving and then there's a little title that says Morocco, rah, 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 rah. And then it literally just cuts to him and Simon Pegg walking up to the house that the person they're meeting up with is at. There's more than one house in Morocco, I'm willing to bet. Like, how did they know that house? And how was that the first house that they came across? Like, they didn't do any kind of hunting around or research or looking at anything at all, really? Another moment later on where the main villain is shooting at Ethan, but he actually needs Ethan for a thing I don't want to give away. He actually needs Ethan to kind of complete his master plan, but he's shooting at him like he's shooting to kill. So, don't you kind of need that guy? This one's kind of a strange contrast between Ghost Protocol by Brad Bird. Ghost Protocol was kind of the proof that there's still life in the Mission Impossible movies. Not that the Mission Impossible movies are necessarily airtight. You could technically keep doing them because you could always just create more spy shit for them to do. But the way it was done, the way everything was framed, it felt very grounded, but without being too like uncharacteristically dark either. It still managed to, it was really well shot. It had a really good way of putting you on the edge of your seat. A lot of practical effects, a lot of stunt double work, very minimal CGI, and then like good sound performances from everyone across the board. This one has almost, Rogue Nation has almost all of those qualities. But the biggest one that's lacking is that a lot of the logic is flawed in the movie. And I know how that sounds. It's a spy movie. It's a series where people literally make like Scooby-Doo masks of other people to get away with what they're doing. Luckily they set the tone fairly soon. One of the first action sequences, not the, but there's a scene in a opera that's taking place, and there are 3 people that turn regular household common day objects into sniper rifles. So, like, you see it once, you see it twice, 3 times in the same scene. By that point, you're just kind of like, alright, f it, just do whatever you want, movie. Just have fun, just bring me along, I guess. I know that Rogue Nation and Ghost Protocol are not directed by the same person, but one quality that definitely does carry over from the last one to this one is the performances. Everybody across the board does a really, really sound job, very convincing performance, especially Simon Pegg. There are more than one instance where he's given material where he's to specifically prove that he's not just the funny guy, that he's not just the Lou Costello to everyone's Bud Abbott. He actually sells it really hard. The one that I think everyone will be talking about, the entire audience just shut up. The entire audience was quiet, just waiting for Tom Cruise's reaction. So, stellar stuff there. Now, when I say that this is exactly like all the other Mission Impossible movies, it's easy to write that off as being kind of a bad thing because it sounds monotonous, but take into account, what do the other Mission Impossible movies do? What do they do really well? Great action, push on the edge of your seat, good drama, good character work, and good performances. Those are all good things. Those are all really good things. And Rogue Nation has all those things. The action sequences are like 95% well done. Some of the hand-to-hand stuff, I felt like they could have taken a step back so we could really get the scope of some of the hits they were landing. It gets a little chaotic, but the driving stuff, there's a chase scene in Morocco where there's just no music going on. It just lets you get into the thrill of just like the sound effects of the things that are happening, and that was surprisingly effective. And that's all really well shot too. It's almost all real, like stunt doubles, practical effects, things like that. You can tell. You will be able to tell. Some people, they say that they like, oh, CGI, I don't even notice anymore. You will be able to tell. Holy crap. There are moments where it's blatantly obvious that Tom Cruise is just sitting there on a bike like this, and they have a fan blowing off screen, right? And there's just a green screen behind him. It's uncomfortably bad, but it's very rare. It's very rare that they resort to that kind of thing. It's only just little like 1-2 takeaways here or there. It doesn't ruin it's not lazily done. I will say that one legitimate issue that I had is there is a female character in the movie whose name Ilsa, that's what it was. Almost forgot it, nailed it. Didn't have to pause the recording and go Google it up so it looks like I know what I'm talking about. I nailed it. And I'm probably gonna forget to cut this. She's the kind of character who it's like, who's she really working for? Is she helping Ethan or is she just using him for something else? It gets to a point where she betrays and she double crosses so many people in the movie in just like a 15-minute runtime. You kind of just have to stop and wonder, like, why hasn't anyone shot her yet? Like I kind of understand why maybe Ethan hasn't shot her because we're supposed to root for him. He's the good guy, but there are bad people in this movie too. After a point, it's kind of like, how many chances does this broad get? Also, Alec Baldwin is in the movie. I didn't know that. I hope you haven't seen 30 Rock like I have, because if you have, all you're gonna see is Jack Donaghy. You're not gonna be able to distinguish the difference. I don't know what it is. Alec Baldwin, I used to be able to completely see a different guy. He used to be able to sell me on thick, intense drama and things like that. And you can do comedy too, but after seeing 30 Rock, it's nothing to do with him. It's not his fault. I'm not knocking his performance whatsoever. He plays the part he's supposed to precisely. He's the by-the-book CIA guy that you're supposed to hate, but he's technically a good guy. You just don't like the way he does things. But it's just, I couldn't get past it. If you've seen 30 Rock, I dare you to just watch this movie and not think of Jack. So then, where does Rogue Nation kind of fall into in the pantheon of what's out in theaters right now? Well, it's definitely better than Jurassic World. Not that that's very difficult, but it's not quite as good as Ant-Man. Like, Ant-Man's still technically better, but if Ant-Man is, I don't know, if that's too weird for you, if you want something, like I said, Mission Impossible is very familiar. You know exactly what to expect from a Mission Impossible kind of spy movie, and it delivers on all fronts. It knows where to play its strengths to, and it does it well. So if you want something familiar, if you want something that's safe, that is a genuine, like, I know what I'm getting into and I got my money's worth, Mission Impossible, the Rogue Nation is a safe bet. I'd recommend it. But just don't go into it thinking that it's going to be better than Ghost Protocol, and don't think that it's going to be like this huge revolution of storytelling. It's not going to be the Casino Royale reboot of the series. So that's Rogue Nation. That's Mission Impossible 6, 7. You know, I probably should Google these before I do these reviews.